East Woman of the Year at the conference's awards banquet on Tuesday night. The award goes to the female student athlete who has best distinguished herself throughout her collegiate career in the areas of academic achievement, athletic excellence, service, and leadership. Here's more from the ceremony.
Abby Kraemer was America East's first two-time All-American in 25 seasons and helped Maine win 2 conference championships.
My time at the University of Maine was unforgettable, filled with experiences and memories that have shaped me over the past 4 years. Growing up in Canada, I always dreamed of playing Division I soccer.
In the locker room, in the weight room, on the training ground is where Abby went to work. John Wooden had a great quote, "I'll take a player who makes others great over a great player." And with Abby, we got both.
She earned first-team academic All-American honors this year. Kraemer earned a bachelor's degree in biochemistry in December with a 3.902 GPA before going on to play pro soccer.
Over the course of her 4 years, Abby rose to every occasion. She embraced every challenge. She thrived in the biggest of moments, and she persevered through her setbacks.
The individual accolades I received over the years were never the goal, and honestly, they were things I never imagined possible. I've always viewed these recognitions as team achievements. I'm so grateful to be standing here tonight, and it's been an honor of a lifetime to represent the University of Maine and the America East Conference over the last 4 years.
Maine will be retiring Kraemer's number 12 jersey this season.